I learned that relationship with yourself is crucial, is very important, as you are the only one who is going to spend all of the time, all the time with you 24/7, all the time until you finish the journey on this planet, until you finish your journey on this planet, right? And now that I think about it, relationship with yourself is like the core, the most important part to successfully connect and build successful relationship with others and with something else. Because, like I said, you're the only one who is going to spend together with you 24/7 until you finish your journey on this planet. You're the only one, not your friends, not your parents, not your family members, not your BFFs, but you. You are the only one. Because you cannot separate yourself from yourself, because you just cannot, right? Unless you have superpower to do it. I don't know. But anyways, so yeah, relationship with yourself is important. So I learned this lesson in a very hard and difficult way, because I was like, self-abandonment and self-criticism I was doing back then was crazy. Now that I think about it, I wouldn't do that to anyone, besides me. I don't do that to my friends. I don't treat anyone like that, like I did before to myself. And it's easy to imagine how things gonna work out when you have relationship with yourself like that, self-abandonment and self-criticism. And I hated myself the most, like more than anything and anyone. I hated myself, like, oh my gosh, like crazy. So that's why I never felt safe to be where I was and who I was before. And everything I do was wrong at that moment, at that time, back then. And everything I said was wrong. Everything I thought was wrong. Everything I felt was wrong. Everything was wrong at the moment. Like, everything I did before, back then, was wrong. And nothing was right for me, because I hated myself and I was criticizing myself all the time. That's what I did. And it's weird how, like, human brain or human body works, but once you get used to one environment or things once it becomes your habit to do certain things, and whether it's good or bad for you, you will keep doing it and you will feel comfortable doing it, even though the things is bad for you and it's actually like, you want to quit, and it's bad for you, but it gives some sort of comfort, and you just cannot quit doing it, stop doing it, unless you decide to stop it and change it. That's so weird. But yeah. So that was me before. And relationship with yourself is the core, and is the, I don't know the word I'm looking for. It is the core to build successful relationship with others and with something else. And that's the foundation. And that foundation is wobbly, or like shaking and unstable and weak, then everything upon that foundation's gonna like it's gonna be all like unstable and shaky and shaking all the time and feel unsafe all the time. And that's exactly what I felt before, because I couldn't trust anyone, because I wasn't even trusting myself, so let alone anyone, like others. I couldn't even trust anyone, and that was a lot to go through. Everyone, of course I have friends and I have family, thankfully, fortunately, but and people closest people, but I couldn't trust them. It's kind of sounds weird to me if I put it that way, but I couldn't trust them and trust anyone, so I couldn't always open up and talk about what I actually feeling and what I actually thought, what I actually felt, what I actually was thinking before, at that time, back then. And then I was always closing the door and always building walls between people, and yeah, never rarely open up to others, but I've never opened up 100% to anyone. So yeah, I don't know why I'm talking about that, but I don't know why even I am talking about this, but I felt like relationship with yourself is important, because sometimes I just talk to myself, and randomly stuff I want to talk about comes out of my mouth, and that was it. The relationship with the importance of building good relationship with yourself, because that's the core to everything. Every single relationship you're gonna have in your life. I couldn't trust myself enough to take new action, or try something and challenge myself, because I thought, because I couldn't trust myself, and I thought, I was thinking that I was gonna just end up failing and ended up giving up, and I will end up giving up in the middle of whatever I try. That's what I was thinking. So I wasn't even trying new things, and I was even challenging myself. I wasn't even I was dead inside. If you put it simply. Yeah, I couldn't trust myself, so I knew it was bad for me, and because world is all about people are talking about, including myself right now, but self-love, self-esteem, self-love, and I was doing quite the opposite of it, self-abandonment and self-criticism. So I feel like I'm done, and I knew it was bad, and I knew it was bad because I could see the consequences of doing that in my reality. That's because that was reflecting back to me. That's where I need to kind of fix or change. But I was stuck in the situation for a long time, because like I said, I couldn't trust myself. So even though I try, or even try to try try to beat it, like be that habit of self-abandonment and self-criticism, you know, in my head, I knew that I was gonna fail and I was gonna stop in the middle and I was just gonna give up. So I couldn't just like beat it. I couldn't just stop doing it. I just kept doing it. Yeah, that's what happened. And but here I am right now, did completely 180 and living different life before. Like I see things differently now, and it's so much clearer, and everything is enjoyable. Everything is like lighter, brighter, like fun. I don't know where I'm going with this, but I just want to say that relationship with yourself is important. But when I try to quit doing it, I also thought, like, if I don't criticize myself, if I don't attack myself, then I I thought I was just gonna be lazy, and because I thought criticizing myself and like blaming myself is the only way that can keep me going and that can keep me thriving for goals and stuff like that. But that's not true. So that's interesting. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. That's my only way to discipline myself. Discipline myself? Discipline? But now that I know it's not. No, that's not the only way. So if you happen to have the same thoughts like that, know that it is not the only way to, keep you going. There's so many ways and so many perspectives and so many, like, angles to look at one thing from, and that is just one of like millions or thousands, hundreds of like ways to navigate your journey on this planet. So not gonna lie, before like I was abandonment, and so like when I used to criticize myself a lot, and I get like videos just talking about like stop criticizing yourself, stop self-abandonment no matter what. You don't need like you need zero self-abandonment and self-criticism. And I didn't make any sense because like I said, I thought it's the only way keep me going. That's the only way I can keep myself going and keep myself thriving, keep myself be hard on myself to work hard. But that's not the only way. So why am I talking about that? So yeah, I just wanted you to know that it is not the only way, and there's tens of thousands of hundreds of ways to do in positive ways and actually fun ways and actually like enjoyable way. So what? So relationship with yourself is important. So yeah, I just wanted to remind you that like is your relationship with yourself going really, really well, or it's okay, it's good, or it's bad, it's not bad? And yeah, that is, I think, key to success, whatever success you want to make in this reality. But that is the key. That is one of the important keys to your success. Because if you can't trust yourself, then who will? Who will? Because, you know, you're the only one who's gonna spend all of the time of your life together with yourself. Did that make sense? Like, you know, you're the only one that's gonna be next to you or be with you all the time, 24/7, until you die, until you finish your journey on this planet. So yeah, I just wanted you to know that it is important. I know you know it is important, but once again, yeah, reflect on it and do something about it. That's so vague. Yeah, but that's pretty much I wanted to talk about. Thank you so much. My gosh, I just cannot appreciate you enough. I just cannot thank you enough. I genuinely hope you have wonderful, mystical, awesome day, morning, night, lunchtime, bedtime, before bed, after bed. What? Weekend, weekday, whenever you're watching this video, and I will see you in the next one. Thank you so much for watching, and I love you so much, and I will talk to you very soon.